Aloha. Let's make sure we're in tune. E, A, D, G, B, and E. Alright, can you follow along with exactly the way that you would play it in session with me and exactly the way we're going to play it inside of our lesson today? Lesson 1. Up, down on the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4. Now all together. That's how we did our spiders. Now we're going to move on to lesson 1, 2, spider whole chords. E major, first finger G sharp, second finger B, third finger E. First finger off, second finger where first finger was, third finger where second finger was, and bring on the pinky. Both are E major. Now we're going to move this up to the F and bar that first chord. F sharp major, G major, A flat major, A major. We're going to do the same thing with the A minor. Playing our 2 different versions, and then we're going to move it up to a B flat major. Remember, this top string doesn't really need to be played, but it can be muted. And if you're going to attack at that 5th string for that B flat. So B flat minor, B minor, C sharp minor, D minor. Make sure all these notes come out and they're crystal clear. Try and work this up. You can also do an A major. So the C sharp, the A, and the E when you play with your first finger, second finger, and then third finger. When you move that third finger up a half step and then bar that B flat, you get a B flat major, A major, B flat major, B major, C sharp major, D major. By next week, I would love for you to work up the A all the way like this, and then the A. All of those are attainable. The idea is you just got to play them more than 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 times. They have to be played like 5, 50 times, 100 times, 200 times, and inevitably it'll get a little easier on newer strings. Here's the last thing we're going to do. Our chords that we worked on today are based off of tones and notes. So let's go back to our lesson 2 and keep going with moving our switching pattern between all these different chords, playing all the chords you know, and making sure you can play them in 2 different ways. Even that C, yeah. Make sure you play it in 2 different ways. So when we do these next step, the scales that we're going to go through, it's a lot easier to see our fingers moving to the right frets. All right, play these with me. We're going to play a C major, C, E, C, or G is the 5th, 1, 3, 5. So we're going to play a C at the 3rd fret with our 3rd finger. We're going to play the open note D here. We're going to put down our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. And then we're going to play a half step away with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on that same string. Thusly, all those notes will be C, D, E, F. I'd like you to play C, 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 D, 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 E, F, 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 F. And do that over and over and over and over until you feel like you've done it so many times and you just have that. And then go on to the last of them. G, A, open B, C. So open G, 2nd fret with the A, open B, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Once you have all those, play your C. Then you can play your C major again, move your 2nd finger to that C note, and remember, we're getting rid of our 1st fret and our open fret. So we're going to play our middle finger on the C note instead of our 3rd finger and going up using opens. We're going to play 3rd fret, pinky on the 5th fret, first finger on the second fret for the E, and then a half step to our F. That should be normal, except we're not doing it with our 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. We're doing it with 1 to 2, 1 to 2, our fingers. Thusly, you're getting a workout for both of those fingers, all right? So what I'd like you to do is follow along with me for these next 3. I'll do them in order, and I will do them slow. Go through them, follow this. Ready? 1, 2, C, open scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, D, E, F, E, sorry, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I'm going to do that all again one more time, a little bit slower though. That's a scale exercise. Try our pentatonics in A minor and then down in G minor. When you do that, notice how you can do the same movements. So if the rhythm is going that over the top of that, I would hear something with our pentatonics, maybe like a see how I'm not really hitting anything in particular? What happens by doing your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? You get used to doing like do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa. So when you're doing like a minor do, re, mi, fa, do, re, mi, fa, your scales that you practice over and over again become your melodies by giving them a little bit of different dynamics, a little bit of different technique, whether it's hammer-on, pull-offs, or slides. Which brings me to my next point. Today we tried to do a C major third finger slide from the C note all the way up to your E note on the 7th fret. So what I'd like you to do is just try that maybe 20, 30 times. Pluck it one time on the right hand and let it slide through all of those notes from the 3rd, passing the C, C sharp, D, E, E flat to the E. If you want, it doesn't have to be C. Just try and get the right sliding where you can get from one point to another and you can judge how far your finger is going. The first exercise we did was kind of like a, just to get our fingers used to that concept. Now it's to put it in practicality. Here's what it will look like with our pentatonics. See how the movements are kind of moving from one part of the guitar to another? What we're doing is we're moving from one scale to another. You know all three of those scales, which is what we just played through, and we're just going to work on those until we can start making melodies out of the chords we're making up. Anywho's, it was good seeing you today. I'll look forward to seeing you next week. We're going to be doing it at 2:10 though, all right? Aloha.